Naoya Inoue has built a legacy not just on winning, but on domination. Every fighter who steps into the ring with him knows they are facing something beyond ordinary skill. They are facing precision, power, and perfection rolled into one terrifying package. And when it comes to fighters from the Philippines, Inoue's story takes on a special kind of fire. Because history shows that the Filipino warriors who've crossed his path have brought grit, courage, and world-class ability. But in the end, the monster always finds a way to roar louder. It started with the mighty Marlon Tapales. Make no mistake, Tapales was no easy opponent. He was a unified world champion, a proud warrior who had shared the ring with elite competition. A fighter who could dig to the body, throw combinations in close, and test any man's resolve. But Naoya Inoue is not just any man. He's the kind of boxer who can turn a fight into a clinic and a champion into a target. And when the monster stalks his prey, you know it's only a matter of time before something breaks, usually the opponent's will. From the moment the bell rang, Inoue did what he always does. He started patiently, reading his man, downloading data. In the white, red, and blue trunks, the monster moved lightly on his feet, eyes locked on every twitch and feint. Tapales, brave as ever, tried to establish his jab, landing a left hand early that snapped Inoue's attention. But even then, the speed difference was clear. Inoue wasn't showing his full arsenal yet, but you could already sense that Tapales was facing something completely different, a fighter who could end a night with a single sequence. Inoue's jab was crisp, sharp, and precise, a piston that measured range and set traps. Tapales tried to dig to the body to test whether Inoue could be moved backward, but Inoue's defense was airtight. His subtle back step, the shift of his rear foot, and the way he angled out of danger, all of it built the rhythm that was slowly breaking Tapales down. By the end of round 2, the story was already being written. Tapales was holding his own, landing some shots, but the danger was everywhere. Every punch from Inoue had pop. Every combination ended with intent. The commentators could sense it. Inoue was gathering data, preparing to unleash the storm. Then came round 4, and everything changed. Tapales had been doing his best to keep up, but Inoue shifted gears in an instant. Suddenly, the monster was pressing, ripping shots to the body, and firing upstairs with that trademark right hand that seemed to find its way through any guard. Tapales stayed composed, blocking what he could, but when Inoue turned the corner and looped a right hand over the top, Tapales didn't see it coming. The shot broke through and came around the guard, and down went the Filipino champion. The crowd erupted. The monster had struck. Tapales tried to gather himself, to respond with courage, and he did. He came out for the next round with pride, still throwing, still looking for answers. But Inoue smelled blood. He started the 5th round the same way he ended the 4th, by destroying everything in front of him. His body work was vicious. The hooks slammed into Tapales' ribs like hammer strikes. Upstairs, he mixed in uppercuts that split the guard. Tapales showed heart, firing back with counters, even landing a right hand or two that caught Inoue's attention. But it was like punching a tidal wave, it only delayed the inevitable. By the midpoint of the fight, Inoue was completely in control. His timing was immaculate. Tapales tried to create angles, to stay unpredictable, but Inoue's footwork trapped him every time. The Japanese superstar would step slightly left, feint, then explode with combinations that left Tapales covering up. The right hand, the left hook, the follow-up to the body, it was surgical violence. Round after round, the punishment added up. Tapales was brave beyond measure, refusing to back down, refusing to quit. He had moments, little flashes of success where his jab landed or his right hand connected, but Inoue's composure never cracked. Every time Tapales tried to mount momentum, Inoue answered with something harder, faster, and more punishing. Then came the endgame. As the fight moved into the later rounds, the tension in the arena hit its peak. Tapales still looked dangerous, still trying to double up his right hand, trying to push the monster back. But Inoue's confidence was now absolute. He was reading Tapales like an open book. Each time Tapales dropped that lead hand, Inoue noticed. Each time Tapales tried to jab off balance, Inoue stepped in with a counter right hand that snapped his head back. You could see it in Inoue's eyes. He knew the moment was near. The final round began, and the monster went hunting. Tapales, brave to the last, tried to exchange in the pocket. He wanted to go out fighting. But Inoue unleashed a brutal right hand that smashed through the defense. Tapales stumbled back. Inoue followed, throwing with bad intentions. Another right hand crashed in, and Tapales went down hard. He tried to beat the count, but his body wouldn't cooperate. The referee waved it off. Naoya Inoue had done it again. The monster made history, unifying yet another division and reminding the world why his name sits high on every pound-for-pound list. But that wasn't the first time a Filipino warrior had tested him. Before Tapales, there was Michael Dasmarinas, another proud Filipino fighter who had earned his shot at the monster. Dasmarinas was no pushover. He was quick and smart and came in with a game plan. Stay on the move, don't get caught standing in front of Inoue, and try to make the Japanese superstar chase him. But Inoue is not like other fighters. You can't just run and hope to survive. He's too fast, too accurate, and too ruthless to be kept at bay for long. From the opening bell, Inoue made it clear that he was going to attack in layers. He wasn't just looking for one big shot. He was setting traps, changing angles, and disguising his intentions. His jab was sharp, his left hook was cocked, and his right hand was ready to punish any mistake. Dasmarinas tried to circle, using his legs to stay out of danger, but even when he wasn't throwing, Inoue's presence was suffocating. Just being within range of that kind of power is draining. You could see it in Dasmarinas' body language, the tension, the constant movement, and the nervous energy. Inoue, meanwhile, was calm, patient, waiting. And then, he found his spot. In the second round, Inoue threw a feint upstairs, drawing Dasmarinas' guard high. In a split second, he dipped and fired a left hook to the body, the kind of shot that ends careers. The punch dug in just below the ribs, perfectly placed, perfectly timed. Dasmarinas froze, took a step back, and went down. It was the classic delayed reaction of a man whose body had simply shut off. He beat the count, but the damage was done. Inoue smelled blood again. The monster stalked forward, ripping combinations. He threw an uppercut to split the guard, then looped another left hand to the body. Each punch landed with sickening force. Dasmarinas tried to move, tried to survive, but Inoue's precision was unreal. The body shots weren't just hurting, they were breaking him down from the inside out. You could see Inoue's strategy unfolding in real time. He'd mix in shots upstairs to make Dasmarinas lift his elbows, then dig right back down to the liver. The rhythm was cruel but brilliant. Every feint had a purpose, every punch had a destination. Dasmarinas was game, firing back when he could, but the fight had already turned into an execution. The commentary team couldn't help but admire it. The way Inoue set up his attacks, the way he used geometry and rhythm to create openings, it was art disguised as violence. Inoue's foot placement was textbook. His balance was flawless. And his sense of timing was supernatural. By the end of round 2, the writing was on the wall. Inoue was dismantling his opponent piece by piece. Then came the third round, and the monster decided it was time to finish the job. Inoue began by moving his head, showing angles, and then snapping another jab to the body. Dasmarinas tried to counter, but Inoue slipped and fired back instantly. He sold the right hand upstairs, then dropped another left hook to the body. This one landed flush, a mirror image of the first knockdown. Dasmarinas' face twisted in pain as he dropped to one knee again, clutching his side. He beat the count once more, but his body was giving out. Inoue was relentless. He closed the distance, throwing in combinations, digging to the same spot again and again. Each left hook landed with terrifying authority. You could almost feel the impact through the television screen. Dasmarinas tried to tie up and tried to move, but there was nowhere to go. Inoue feinted, came over the top with an uppercut, then ripped the left hand to the liver again. The same shot, the same outcome. Dasmarinas collapsed to the canvas for a third time. The referee started the count, but everyone knew it was over. There was no getting up from that. The fight was stopped. Inoue raised his gloves. Another knockout. Another masterpiece. The replays showed just how surgical the destruction was. The first knockdown, a feint upstairs, an uppercut, and then the left to the body. The second, a setup with a right hand, then a return to the liver. The third, a perfect blend of speed, timing, and accuracy that no one in the division could match. Dasmarinas had entered the ring hoping to shock the world. Instead, he became another name on the monsters list, another victim of the most feared body puncher in the sport. When you watch Inoue fight, it's not just about the knockouts. It's about the way he constructs them. The way he layers his offense, mixing feints with footwork, power with patience. His ability to stay balanced and to deliver maximum force from any position is unmatched. His punches aren't wild, they're calculated, compact, and devastatingly efficient. That's why fighters like Tapales and Dasmarinas, even with their heart, skill, and courage, couldn't find a way to stop him. They fought bravely, representing the proud fighting spirit of the Philippines, but Inoue is a once-in-a-generation force. What makes him even more frightening is that he doesn't waste movement. Every step, every jab, every shift of weight has a purpose. His fights aren't brawls, they're masterclasses in control. Even when he's in full attack mode, he's calm, almost serene, as if he's solving a puzzle that everyone else can only guess at. Inoue's combinations flow like a symphony of destruction. Jab, right hand, left hook to the body, step out, feint, counter, repeat. And once he senses weakness, once he knows he's found that opening, he goes for the kill with surgical precision. Against Tapales, it was the overhand right that broke through the guard and ended the night. Against Dasmarinas, it was the left hook to the liver that did the damage again and again. Two different fighters, two different game plans, but the same result, complete annihilation at the hands of the monster. And it's not just power. It's the speed, the timing, the ring IQ, and the composure. Inoue never panics, never overextends, and never loses focus. Even in moments where he's being tested, you can see it, the calculation, the adjustments, the confidence. That's why when you talk about the pound-for-pound list, Naoya Inoue's name always comes up near the top. Some say he's number one, others put him in the top three, but no one denies he belongs among the elite. Because it's not just what he's done, it's how he's done it. He's unified divisions. He's knocked out champions. He's conquered every challenge in front of him with a level of dominance rarely seen in boxing history. And for Filipino fans, his battles with Tapales and Dasmarinas carry a special kind of respect. Because both men fought with pride, both gave everything they had, and both showed the warrior spirit that defines Philippine boxing. But even warriors can fall when they face a monster. Naoya Inoue has become a symbol of precision and power. A man who doesn't just win fights, he ends them emphatically. His ability to dissect opponents, to break them down physically and mentally, is what sets him apart. Every performance feels like a statement, a reminder that we're witnessing greatness in real time. So when you look back at his fights with the Filipino champions, the body shots that folded Dasmarinas, the right hand that toppled Tapales, the composure, the power, the roar of victory, you realize that this is what true mastery looks like. Naoya Inoue didn't just beat them. He elevated himself through them. And that's why, when we talk about the pound-for-pound kings of this era, the monster stands tall. Because time and again, no matter who stands across from him, Naoya Inoue is the one in control.